Hello everybody, Realm Builder Guy here, and welcome back to West Darfur and Crusader Kings 3 on our quest to create the Kingdom of Kush. Well, as I mentioned in the previous episode, we are in a rather precarious position at the moment. High Chieftess Kimzir bint Kithuf took over for her grandfather, her great-grandfather, is in an odd position because she's 15. She will get married next year, so at 16. And to this gentleman here, Mamaru Carbo, in a matrilineal marriage. But of course, the issue is right here. There's no heir. She needs to become pregnant very, very quickly. She's also humble now. So we were paranoid, humble, curious, compassionate, melancholic, and reclusive. Now, very average across the board. You'd say probably poor in general on all the different attributes. But she's only 15, so there's a long way to still go. But she is already distinguished, which is fantastic. The renown is going from insignificant to noteworthy right now. Dutiful, heading towards faithful and piety, and money is pretty decent right now. So how would we play someone who's reclusive? Well, obviously, she sequesters herself away and neglects her responsibilities. That's a key. That's a fame trait. That's a big issue. So she doesn't want to deal with things. Be reclusive, sequestering herself. Melancholic, she has a hard time seeing the good in life, so we're going to be negatively bent. Curious, so always wants to know about things. Just humble, so doesn't ask for much. Paranoid, so sees enemies in every shadow, which adds to melancholic and reclusive. But is compassionate and warm-hearted by nature. So there's a lot going on with her. And so we will kind of see how Kimzir evolves. Now, currently we have 2,100 soldiers, and that is due to the mercenaries within our ranks. So taking on Kordofan as quickly as possible will be very, very important. So as such, we're going to move our rally point, and we will move it right here into West Kordofan. This way, actually, I guess we could move it to our capital. We'll do that real quick. May as well move it to our capital. It really doesn't matter that much. But Kordofan is the place we want to declare war on, or Alwa. That's the question. Alwa, we could claim a title. Dynasty head interaction, claim a title held by High Chieftess Usk herself. So we can claim the title. She loses fame, or loses opinion of us, but I don't really care. The question right now is Alwa. Where do they sit militarily? Super weak. Super weak. Alwa or Kordofan? We can claim title here as well. We don't. What do we need for that? 150 of this, of renown. We can claim both titles and go to war with them and press our own claims. Versus right now, if we declare war, we can press someone else's claims. Don't really want to do that. I'd be more interested in pressing our own claims. Let's see, Kordofan itself. Only the county. So if we press our own claims, I think that would be the better direction. I want Alwa. Alwa is an area I want even more so than Kordofan. Kordofan, though, is of course our ancestral home. Alwa, though, has an extra county. Development-wise, might be stronger. Well, I mean, they are super weak right now. Kordofan, we declare war. They'd also be, 945. We could press someone else's claims for it. So, Buk Kordofan is our courtier. Gains the contested title. And and becomes independent. So we don't really want that. Emir Chang Ibn. So what all happens? So she becomes independent, gets High Chieftain of Kordofan, and gets the High Chief and the Chief of West Kordofan. Emir Chang Ibn Hunter becomes Buk's vassal. So we really don't want to do that. That's not really a direction we want to go. If we go with Chieftess Bear, she gets the High Chieftain of Kordofan. So we're not going to do that. Instead, what we're going to do here is we are going to claim this title. So we got an unpressed claim on the High Chieftain of Kordofan. So he really hates our guts. So we can press our own claims now for 150, and we gain the contested title. That is what we're going to do. We're going to raise all of our armies. And you can call our ally in. Call them in. And one thing I just noticed, we can... Actually, we have a prisoner we can ransom. So for the 10 gold, we're going to quickly do that. So we're going to focus here, and did I see that? We have a... Anyway. So there you go. She's actually together with us in this war against Kordofan. So we're going to wait. There we go. We have our full military force, and our army will march in with Hakim of Ethiopian Band of Gojam as the leader. Do I want somebody else to be our commander? Our marshal. No, we'll leave Hakim in charge for right now. And we will go in and claim this and bring Kordofan into the fold. And then next we will take the claim from actually the ones coming in and helping us in Alwan. Grab that claim because pressing our own claim is significantly the better move. See, they're just going to kind of sit there. Ah. Coming of age. I have completed my studies of scholarship. Even if the highest aspects of the subject eludes me, I lived up to everyone's expectations and learned more than most. Thinking back on my childhood, I realized I never truly connected with anyone. Even as I saw others playing with friends or whispering about love, I never experienced such things myself. I am certain the coming years will lead to new friends and new opportunities. I'm now a woman, so we gained the trait wise woman, lost the trait curious and astute intellectual. Kinswoman Book has given birth to a son. Omar will leave that. I'm not going to put in any of our patrons for that because that's kind of a beside. We are going to finalize our marriage and pick a lifestyle perk. Well, she's definitely more into learning. So if we look at her real quick, again, she is a wise woman and an astute intellectual. So we have now become the culture head of the Daju culture. Very important. So yeah, we are definitely going to go down the learning side, and we're going to go with scholarship focus. So it gives us learning +3, development growth +15%, learning experience 32 per month, and astute intellectual +30%. So that is the direction she is going. I can take a consort. Mohammed, 40 or 44. Yeah, we're not gonna worry about that. We can create a number of titles. We're not going to do that. In line to inherit a lot of things. And we have low county control and El Fasher. I'm not worried about that. It's going to take them 7 months for that siege. It's going to take us 3 months. So once we get this siege done, we're going to head out there and crush that army as fast as possible. But there we have it. The High Chieftess is married. Uh-oh. My husband is once again absent from our chambers as night falls. He has been distant lately, lost in thought, and rarely seen at court. Am I not to his satisfaction? Is he simply busy? Or could he be warming someone else's bed? Let's watch him. Let's just keep an eye on him and make sure he's not sidestepping us to to our dissatisfaction. But at the end of the day, it doesn't really matter. We need to be pragmatic. We need an heir. Without an heir, not only does the realm disintegrate, the game will actually end. All right, so 1 day left. We have captured that now. And now we will head out here and take on that army that is now tied into a battle there, which is pretty good because that'll keep them held. Maybe long enough for us to come in and finish them off. Either way, they're going to lose that really tight battle. No, they're not. I think they won it, but they're not going to be able to escape. That battle held them long enough for us to be able to make it and them not to be able to escape. And that will be a crushing defeat of the Emir's forces. So we've captured the Emir. We will enforce the demands. So be it. We'll disband our military. And we have expanded. West Darfur is a little bit more united. So now what we can do is we can look at Alwa as our next area to expand into. While performing her duties as my spy master, Maranya has uncovered a secret held by my courtier Asha. Has taken Chieftain Hazabala as a lover. Oh, we already knew that. We already knew that. Faction has been created. Your vassal, Chieftain Chang, created a faction to install Chieftain Chang South Kordofan on the Kordofan throne. Oh. Let's take a look here real quick. So we have him and we have him. We could imprison him. But that wouldn't be the smartest move. We can try to murder him. That has no chance of succeeding. We can disinherit him, remove from the line of succession. We can denounce him. All members of the dynasty and imprisonment reason against him. We can revoke a title, and that would... Yeah, he won't accept it. He'll go to war. So maybe we just wait and see if he would go to war. Now, this gentleman here, we cannot murder either. Can we imprison him? No, it's not looking very likely. We'll just wait for this faction to play out, because if he tries to declare, then, of course, we can just, you know, get rid of the guy. All right, let's look at our prisoners. She is really not that great. We'll just add a hook, because you never know. And Dahab, oh, he's pretty good. So we will recruit him to our court. He's got good martial skill. You never know. You can use that at a given time, possibly. Now, looking at Alwa, yes, we know. What we could do here, of course, is we can claim the title. That's something we could do. It costs us 150 renown, but claiming that would be very, very important. A mercenary company is expiring in 6 months. Even without the mercenary company, let's see here. If we declare war, so she has 560 mercenaries, we'd still be very, very strong. I mean, overwhelming odds in our favor. So, I'm going to go here. We are going to do the same thing and claim that title. So that title is now ours. And we will then, of course, go to Alwa, declare a war for our own claims, which the cost is 100. Prestige, which, of course, we have. You know what I am going to do, though? I'm going to change the commander and put Chieftain Pen in charge. Espionage lovers, while performing her duties, has uncovered secret held by my vassal Pen. He has secretly taken Nijin, the chancellor of my vassal Chieftain Pen, as lovers. Okay, that's good to know. He is now leading the army. We will head north towards the capital of Alwa, and once again bringing them into the fold, and then cast our gaze strategically beyond our direct borders here and reclaiming our old homeland. So an enemy ally has joined the war. So, I mean, yeah, total soldiers is pretty weak. Even if and when the, or not if, but once the mercenaries leave, we'll still have significantly more manpower. And as such, I'm not too worried. It'll take 8 months to besiege. They've got their little army moving down there through Wadi El Milk. Of course, Meroe and Wadi El Milk are both areas that we still want to conquer, not only because of the Kushite holy site, but Meroe, of course, being the ancient capital of the Kingdom of Kush. Despite our best efforts, my agents have not discovered anything. Well, we shall find it. Let's not waste any more time. And off we go. Fantastic. How's this coming along? The faith conversion is slow, but I do not play with the vanilla rules. I'm basically my own rules, which, as far as faith conversion, is slower. Just adds a little bit of, I think, more realism into the game. So the mercenaries have left. We have East Darfur's under siege. That'll take him 8 months. We're 3 months away from taking their capital of Soba. Once that's happened, we can move our troops over here and engage their armies and move them off. Here we've got a hostile army sitting over here that I'm not overly concerned with. Raiders moving in there as well. And in a few days, this will be ours. All right, so siege, we have made a good captive. And now we can either move these troops up here and engage them, but what I want to do is, of course, force them to abandon this siege. It'll take 4 months and counting as we move through the countryside in an attempt to engage and destroy their army in the field before the siege of Umgafala takes place. So it's going to take potential battle in 3 months. So it's going to be super tight between the time we get there and the time their siege ends. It looks like the siege is going to end before we get there. Pregnancy, a child is growing in my womb. We'll be very proud. Very good. Okay, that's key. This is the heir that we need. Okay, 46 days. So that siege is going to be won before we get there, but that's okay. We'll defeat the army in the field. Odds are we'll crush them. And then at the same time, we can then shortly after get Umgafala back. We've got a new learning lifestyle perk. So we can go with anatomical studies, pedagogy, or scientific. I think whole of body is the way she would want to go. So we will go with that. It is along the lines of what her great-grandfather would want. Okay, so they won that siege, but we will engage them in battle before they're able to leave, and then we can take Umgafala back. So this battle will go relatively quick. High Chieftess Usk is actually in command. And now we will re-siege this. It'll take 3 months after we destroy them. We need a new chancellor in the meantime. So we will assign... let's assign Asha. Alright, so we've got 30 days left here, and then this will be ours, and that should push the war score to the level that we'll have won. Akib Besharin and Imsira Kordofan are now married. Interesting. So the siege is won, not quite 100% war score. So let's see. Let us head to that town right there. Let's actually see. Let's see. They've got fort level 3, fort level 5. Yeah, so that's the lesser fort to take. That's fort level 2. But we're going to just focus on gaining that territory. That'll definitely, I mean, the ticking war score will also be in our favor. Dangerous faction, military power. He's going to push for independence. But I feel like we could probably destroy him relatively quickly without too many issues. They do not have enough to really besiege that. A newborn daughter is the new player heir, Usk. Gadaja named Book. Hammam, Bis, Wadan, Mariam. Mariam would be nice. Very good. Alright, so the game will not end should our ruler die, because now we do have an heir. So this will take 9 months to siege down. Now, one thing we're going to have to take a look at is we need to add some more siege equipment, just to speed this up a little bit, because these sieges are taking a little bit too long. A shady discussion. I am passing through the castle gardens for a morning walk when a soft breeze carries the voices of Dahab and Asha to my ear. The two courtiers are talking to each other in a secluded spot nearby, frequently glancing around to make sure nobody is listening. While it is hard for me to make out most of their words from a distance, it is clear that their discussion relates to Countess Asli. So I must warn Asli, but I don't know what's going on. If I could only get a little bit closer. I must know what they're hiding at all costs, or compassionate, or paranoid. I'm sure it's nothing important. No. I need to try to get a little closer, and it didn't work. So we spent the 75 prestige. Anyway, onwards we go. We're down to the last few days of the siege and of the war. There we have. We even got 15 gold for that one. We will enforce our demands, disband our military, and West Darfur is good and strong once more. So now let's go to our core. We do have a prisoner, Gun Merhan. He's good at learning, so it may not be bad to recruit him. Negotiate the release and bring him into the fold. And we're still losing our prestige per month. Factions are being created against us. Yeah, that's not very good. Third in line, you gain malnourished. Yeah, there are a bunch of factions being created now against us. What we need to look at right now is our control. So let's see, El Fasher. Let's increase the control there. And move forward. Now let's look and see where else we can go. Abyssinia is one of the big powers now in the region. We look at Abyssinia. Very, very strong. Coptic Ethiopian from House Sagwe. Nubia from House Azim, Coptic and Nubian sitting there. And then we still have Shovak, Kassala. Then we have Blemaya and Banu Khans sitting right there. Kadam is still over here on our borders there. I'm not overly concerned with that. We just gained 55 gold in additional taxes. That's great to see. So if we look at Shovak, now we can press claims. True. We can conquer a duchy. For this, we are not illustrious. We're working towards illustrious. So that is a bit of a problem there. So in going through it, Shovak right now just doesn't make a ton of sense. There's really not much we can do here. Offer vassalage. Yeah, there's no way that's going to happen. We can press claims, but they're all just county level claims that do cost a decent amount of prestige, so I'm not in that. Let's see. Claimant demand. The right to rule Kordofan belongs to Chieftain Chang of South Kordofan by divine right. We have gathered the support required to make it so. Accept this fact peacefully or we will make you do so by force. So, what happens here? If I have no choice, he becomes independent. I will not be threatened. Alright, so we will raise all of our troops. And they are rather large in force. But what we can do is bring in a mercenary troop in the Ethiopian band, or the Zagawa band. Let's bring in the Ethiopians yet again. And now we have a pretty good sized force to deal with these rebels. So first off, we're going to go right after their main rebel army here to the south. Now they are defending in hills, but I'm not too concerned with this. We'll be able to destroy them army for army. They won't be able to escape before we get there and kill them off. Alright, so Chang is actually the leader of the army. And if we can defeat them and capture him, I think that actually would end this war right away. Let's see, victory is ours. Enemy combatant captured. We did not capture him. So next up, we will head up here. Let's see if we can defeat them. Lead to gold. Transmutation of lead to gold has long been the dream of alchemists across the world. Though many have attempted such a feat, nobody is known to have succeeded. Despite this, I have come across some notes written in the margins of a book about plants. They claim that one can create golden rain by boiling lead sugar in a filtered solution. Okay, if nothing else, it is worth investigating. I mean, we're paranoid. She wants to learn things. So we will do that. Of course, that's not necessarily a good thing. Oh boy, there comes a large army there. This will be a difficult task. The first reagent I need to obtain is lead sugar, an ingredient used to sweeten wines. I could find a supplier to import what I need, though it would be expensive. Alternatively, I can cheaply manufacture my own by burning the metallic lead and dissolving the ashes to vinegar. One must spend money to make money. I can't do that. I don't have the money. How can I learn of other people do all the work? On second thought, this is a bad idea. Yeah. Okay, so we're going to get that one. Rally the troops. War has been declared. Your false religion has kept your subjects in the darkness for too long. Holy War of Fazugil. You have 8,200? Oh, he has allies. Oh, we are completely screwed. This is not good. We're not going to be able to win this. Oh boy, we'll see where this ends up. This is bad. This is very, very bad. All right, so here we could win this battle because we have better army commander, more army commander traits, higher quality troops. And we are dealing with that. That's an exterior force come to try to destroy us. All right, let's see if we can somehow break them. We have to break this battle, this war, sorry. Those are the words. First. To the spineless, we will not stand for your vile oppression. The cops, fine. If I have to need of such quarrelsome subjects, Count Andreas becomes leader Bog's vassal. Want freedom? Fine. Rally the troops. Yeah, we'll try to keep it all together, but it's not looking good. Yeah, we've got 3 wars now we have to deal with. Ugh, to say this is problematic is a bit of an understatement, but we're going to engage here. We've got a better army commander, more army commander traits, and more men-at-arms as we get into this battle. But it will be tight. Nah, looks like we're going to win it relatively comfortably. Enemy commander is Boar. So victory there is ours. All right, we need to take a look and see where we're sitting here. That's a bad one. Holy War for the Chiefdom of Fazugli. I mean, they want this. If that's what they desperately want, that's fine. Dealing with the internal conflicts is a much bigger threat. So now let's head down south here. and take these guys on. Okay, actually, we're going to turn to our capital and not let that be under siege. With our 2,000 troops here. If it means we have to lose Fazugli, then so be it. I may even surrender that one province. Okay, they're putting their troops together here. The ones we defeated are going to continue moving on. Will they get out of Dodge before we get there? That's the big question. Looks like they will. So we will redirect and see if we can engage them at all. No, they're just... Oh, no, they're going to stay put. They're going to stay put. They're going to reinforce. And this could be a decisive battle for us right now, right here. Child of my dynasty, a new daughter. Ok. Okay, so 2 daughters have been born to our dynasty. Okay, we're going to beat them, and now they have allies, or their reinforcements have come in. But we will win that one. Counselor Asha has died, so there's a lot going on here. Victory is ours in this battle, so that's 58% war score. That's not going to work. All right, we're going to go down here, and we're going to besiege their capital. Take care of that. So we have a chancellor we need. We're going to assign Chieftess Bear to the chancellorship and a new lifestyle perk. Wash your hands. Carefree. Stress gain minus 20%. We're such a nervous wreck of a person. It makes sense to do that. So we got 9 months in this siege. We'll take a look here. If we surrender, the enemy target gains the titles held by the rulers or vassalized by Mesfin. Will seize all territory within your realm that is part of the chieftain of Fazugli. So it's that. You know, I think what I'll do is actually I'll wait for them to finish that siege because, you know, they're tearing it down. Secret exposed. My vassal chieftain Pen has had an extramarital affair with his lover Najin. But Wawit will judge the sinner. So, gained a trait fornicator, lost 1 level of devotion. Najin lost 30 opinion of Najin. Lost 60 opinion of Chieftain Pen, can rightfully imprison. Okay. We're going to wait for them to actually just win that siege. And then I think what I'll do is I will surrender that. There's no way we can defeat all of these guys. And I don't want to engage in that, so we're going to surrender that. All right, so yeah, I hate giving up in a war, but there was no way we were going to defeat 8,000 troops in a holy war, and it was just for 1 county. I am now known for dedication to our faith, and as such, it was not something I wanted to do, but something I felt like I had to do. Now, we're losing out here in the north. But I want to knock these guys out of the war first. And then turn north and knock those guys out. Let's see if we can do that. So here their troops are marching south. If they will try to engage with us, that might not be bad. Especially if their ruler is part of that. So a faction targeting us has disbanded. And we lost a siege in the north. But again, I'm not too worried about them. We'll go after them next. That is our next target. First thing first, I want to win here. Stone of Glass. Yes, I need one of these stones. Sell everything which is impossible to read. I need one of those. We're in a time of war. I need to be pragmatic. And we will be pragmatic. Don't need the stones just yet. I'm a young woman. I've got plenty of time. All right, a few days left here in this siege of Shat. So that is now ours. We will take them and move up north here and engage the enemy in 38 days. We should win this battle, and this could be very decisive in this war. One of our neighbors, that looks like won or lost a war, wasn't paying that close attention. They're not going to disengage from the siege, so this battle will happen. So they disengaged too late. So ideally... Oh, secret exposed. Whoop, whoop, whoop. Light of Day, my vassal, has copulated with her lover, Yeramisma. Okay. Gains the trained fornicator. Secret exposed, Yeramisma, the marshal of my vassal countess Egaloskora, has brought forward undeniable evidence that Santiko was fathered by none other than him. Ooh. Interesting. All right, now back to this battle. Now keep an eye on what's going on up there. Break them. There. Okay, so we've won that. We're going to enforce those demands. And now we will turn this army up north to take them on and beat the next uprising. Now we do have a number of prisoners. So this chieftain, deft diplomacy, my chancellor, has worked hard to convince our neighbor realms and vassals that peace treaty entered with Chang of South Kordofan is flawed. All right, so he actually likes us. Kind of go through. We've got so many people here to deal with. Now he is Daju. What can we do here? We can negotiate his release. And we can recruit him, or we can banish him. So he loses 20 opinion for 10 years and leaves the prison. We'll add, not a weak hook, but we will banish him. Gone, be gone with you. Now him, we could get 50 for him. Maybe I should have taken the money there. We'll renounce your claims and you will be banished? No, but you will renounce any claims you might have. We'll negotiate that. The Countess, we can release her for 50. We can demand conversion and banish her. We will do that. Chieftain Chang. Gains 29 dread. Dynastic Kinslayer. It's a known criminal allowing to execute him without being viewed as a tyrant. All close family members and spouse of Chieftain Chang lose 50 opinion of you. Or he will renounce the claims. We can't banish him or the weak hook, but we will make him renounce any claim he has. Jane. It's not really much there. We'll just gain a weak hook here. Lanjin. Oh, he would be a decent possible. His prowess isn't great. But we will recruit him. We'll add that hook there as well. God, we have so many here. Boar. It's not really much there. Let's just gain a weak hook for her. Shoaib. Ooh, he wouldn't be bad. Good prowess and martial. So we will recruit him and gain a weak hook. Cinder. I think Cinder we can just release. Kalge. We will recruit him and gain a weak hook. Then we have Book. Book we will just release for a weak hook. All right, now that all of that's been done, and for me what was important is for those people to renounce their claims. That's very, very important. All right, we are going to make it there in time. They're defending in Desert Mountains. This is going to be a close battle, but a very, very important one. If we can defeat them, siege back our lands, then this threat will be banished as well. All right, the battle is won, and with that, we can enforce the demands, so be it, and disband all of our troops. Woo! That was a lot going on there. Again, we lost that one county. I feel like that was... It was something we kind of had to do. Now, we do have a number of prisoners. Book de Gil. We could ransom him, gets a weak favor. No. I think this is someone we will execute. Count Andreas. This dishonorable ravener. Him we can ransom, and we will do so. We are now overcome with stress, but that is okay. We're having a mental break. Guilt and shame have been plaguing me as of late. All of my sins, my flaws, my failings, these dark thoughts distract me from my responsibilities and keep me awake at night. I feel like I must do something to put an end to this mental anguish. But what could possibly help? Well, donating to charity could be one way. A sting of the lash. Flagellant. I must be strong and resist these impulses. No, she kind of fits that whole lashing thing. It's in the family. It's in the family. Although she's compassionate. She is compassionate, right? She's compassionate and humble. So donating to charity will be something we will do. And what that means is we are improvident. So monthly income drops by 15%. Stress loss plus 20%, but diplomacy plus 1. All right, I think this is a good place to pause today's episode. Please don't forget to hit that like button. Let me know your thoughts on everything that transpired. I mean, facing 3 wars at the same time, piecing out with basically a holy war coming from Abyssinia was very, very important. We are rebuilding our strength now militarily. Yes, I know there's a chunk of those. We have 850 mercenaries. But once we're at full strength, we're about 2,000. I think then at that point, do the quick math here, 2,500, 3,000, 32, about 3,200. So if we look around us, Kadam would be a tough one. Nubia is too powerful. Abyssinia is too powerful. Kassala would be a good one to go after. They're allied internally, so that would be quite the battle, because we're dealing with Shavak as an ally. Keep an eye on that. Shavak would be another one with strong allies. We're getting to the point where everyone is pretty strong around us, so we needed to play a little bit of an alliance game and see where next we can move. Let me know where you think we should go next. So until next time, I'm Builder Guy, and we'll talk to you soon.